The mommy said goodbye. Say goodbye.
Adios! Just a little baby.
There's nothing in here,
said the mouse.
not even a mouldy piece of cheese. Where can it be?
Thought Spot.
Woof!
Sybil the cat was not amused to be disturbed.
Your stupid bone isn't here. You probably left it in the garden, you stupid pup. That's it. That's where it is,
Shouted Spot.
I remember now. Thanks a lot, Sybil. It's here somewhere.
Yapped Spot.
Woof! Got it at last. Woof, woof.
It looks like you're taking your bone for a walk, Spot,
I don't care what it looks like.
said Spot.
Now that I've found it, I don't ever want to lose it again.
What? That's Spot.
And now on to, we join Flora Benjamin and Saeed Jaffrey to find out what's inside.
What's inside? What's inside?
What's inside? Bring them back as soon as you can. That's it. You got yours? You got two. Right, Speedy, you got yours, have you?
Yeah.
Now, there should be 12 pieces altogether. We're doing a jigsaw puzzle. You just try and look and see what is in the picture. Well, they all should all fit together. James, you put yours out. Yours goes there, does it?
Yeah.
Well, let's do the top line first. James, you do your end. You got yours together. Hang on. There we go. That should go in. Does that go in there, James?
That should go in there.
No.
No, it doesn't. I'll put my little piece of the kite.
Right, this one. Hang on. That goes in there, doesn't it?
That goes in there, doesn't
You put yours in, Speedy. Hang on, let's do the top line first. There we go. You fit that in, James? There.
Speedy, mine down. Oh, yeah.
There we go. That's in. Speedy, you put yours in.
I did.
Right, Zoe, where does yours go? Try and see if it fits in there, then. Now, Beer. Yes. Where does yours go, Beer?
No.
Try and find it. See where it goes. See if you can find there.
I think it goes in the middle.
In the middle somewhere, is it?
It has to be.
And where, this is a corner, definitely a corner. Which corner isn't done yet?
This one.
There, put that in then. Right. There's lots of things to spot in this picture. What can you spot?
Kite.
A butterfly, a kite, a cloud, and a bird. They're all flying high in the sky, aren't they?
And the string.
The string. Where does the string come from?
Kite.
The kite. You like to fly kites?
Yes.
Well, kite flying is popular all over the world. Kites of all shapes and sizes. In Japan, they have these beautiful fish-shaped kites. And in India, they even have a kite competition where one person tries to break the string of another person's kite. And the winner is the one whose kite is still flying in the sky. Well, this week, Alma goes kite flying. And Grandpa writes to Gita and Alice to tell them all about it.
what's inside? A letter. Written by Grandpa. Posted by Emma. Flown to England. For Gita and Alice. And what's inside? A letter from Grandpa.
Dear Gita and Alice, the kite season is upon us again. The other day, Meera was surprised to find your cousin Amar on top of the cupboard. "What are you doing?" she said. "Don't you know anything?" Amar snapped. "The kite season has started and I can't find my reel." Amar's friend Raji had 5 new kites and a reel full of black, glass-coated string called manja. "You see this black manja?" he said to Amar. "It's the sharpest thing around. This season it'll cut off all your kites." "We'll see," said Amar. Kites hung from the ceiling of Amar's favorite kite stall like colorful sleeping bats. He asked Meera to pick one. She liked a white one with a blue moon on it. Amar bought 30 spans of very sharp green manja. He tied the manja to the ordinary white cotton thread already on his reel and wound it up gently so as not to spoil its sharpness. "I wish I could afford some more manja," he said. "This white stuff is no good at all. It's not sharp enough for kite fighting." In the school compound, Meera watched her brother prepare himself like a mighty prince for battle. He wrapped layers of plaster round his index finger. This is the finger that can get cut when the wind catches the kite and whips out the sharp green manja from the reel. A group of boys had gathered round, all armed with long bamboo poles, ready to tangle the kite that had been cut. Amar and Raji tested the wind. A gentle breeze blew up a haze of dust, and in the soft evening light, the compound took on the appearance of a battlefield before the fighting begins. Up went the kites, higher, higher, riding the strong currents where the black crows glided. "Feel the weight of the sky," Amar said. Meera was a bit nervous as she took the string. "You'd better hold on to me," she said. "I don't want to be lifted off by the wind." The 30 spans of fresh green manja were now far up, exposing the soft white cotton. It was then that Raji made his move. With a clever flick of the wrist, he turned his kite. Nose down, it dived for the kill. Amar counted by drawing in his line as fast as he could. Too late. Black manja sliced white cotton. The line in Amar's hand went slack. His kite floated off, cut free. The bamboo pole army charged after it. "That's not fair, Raji," Meera shouted. But Amar simply shrugged and pointed to his kite, now far off in the sky. "You see our blue moon, Meera? It's back home again, and we helped to get it there." So when you look out of your bedroom at the moonlit sky, perhaps it will remind you of Amar and his kite. Write soon. Love, Grandpa.
Meera was really disappointed when the kite flew away, wasn't she? She could always try making another one, like the children at Lovelace School, who are making some really colourful kites. First, they decided on a shape, and now they're cutting them out. Next comes a colourful pattern. And some funny faces. Ah, these are the fish kites I was telling you about.
That's a good boy. That's a good boy.
Make them at home if you want.
You could easily make these at home, couldn't you? Now you know what to do. I wonder how they're going to fly.
Stick some straws on the back.
I bet they'll fly beautifully because they're so light.
Cut a piece of wool or some string. Add some bows to make it look good. This kite's nearly ready. All it needs is some wind. Perhaps they'll find some more wind outside. Put one on this bar here, look. This one's missing, isn't it? Put your two up. That's it, one. And your other two there. Are they all on?
Yeah.
Well,
Two hooks.
Come on, Zoe, you put yours up now. Put one there. That's it. And one on this side. Shall I put this one here? Right, I've hung it up. All right, everybody got theirs on?
Yeah.
Well, stand clear. Stand clear. I'll put it up and see how it works. Try making yourself a mobile or anything that floats in the air. Let's see how these work then. Up, up, and away.
Two tales for our youngest viewers tomorrow with PC Pinkerton at 1:20, followed by Fireman Sam at 1:25. Children's BBC gets away to a flying start on BBC One at 10 to 4 with a look at birds as they go 2 by 2. Then at 4:05, who's going to get gunged? Perhaps Keith Harris and Orville could tell us in the Quack Chat show. Fantastic Max, the toddler, gets himself in a muddle at 4:20, after which at 4:35 there's some more brilliant artistry in the hands of Tony Hart in Heartbeat. After Newsround at 5, a new series of dramas as we return to Biker Grove at 5:10. Children's BBC over on BBC One. Zigzag examines water at work in just under 5 minutes here on 2. Now on to we examine water, a vital source of energy in Zigzag.
Every day, millions and millions of tons of water are on the move. How can all that energy be put to use? Oh, hello.
Hello. Excuse us a minute. Just got some work to do. Now, you probably take bread for granted. But bread is made from flour, which in turn is made from wheat grain. Turning this into this is not an easy job.
Certainly isn't, but it has to be done if we want to make flour. So how can water help us to do the job? Have a look at this. Think how much water moves when the tide comes in. Here at Ealing Tide Mill, they've trapped the water behind a dam. The tide goes out and leaves the water trapped. Now the gates can be opened to let the trapped water flow under the mill. And as it does, it turns the water wheel. The energy in the water has been used to turn the wheel, which is connected to machinery that does some useful work. For a start, a sack of wheat can be lifted up to the top of the mill.
Will go up slowly. When the paddle wheel speeds up, when the rest of the machinery speeds up, so the sack will go quicker.
From there, the wheat comes down a chute and drops between two huge stones which are turned by the water wheel. The wheat is ground into flour, which we can then enjoy in bread or biscuits. All the energy to do the work came from the water.
The energy wasn't used only for grinding wheat. Factories used water power to drive machinery. And many jobs that had taken a great deal of time and effort by hand became much easier. At Radcliffe School in Manchester, they tried making their own water wheels. This one is made of polystyrene, stuck to a cotton reel. What other designs could you come up with?
As you might expect, Francis Evans has got some water wheels of his own. So Francis, how does your water wheel work?
This is an overshot, Paul, and it's using the height of water as usual, but in fact it's only dropping it a few centimeters, so it's flowing enough to fill those buckets. In other words, it's not flowing fast and hitting the buckets, it's coming into them and filling them, so the weight carries it round.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it comes round nice and slow, and it only falls a little way, so it also runs away slowly.
Yeah.
So this is actually a very efficient sort of wheel, this overshot.
So the energy then has transferred itself to the wheel itself.
That's right.
How do you pass that energy on then?
Well, you can have all sorts of things like hammers on them. In this particular case, we've got it driving this pulley and working a machine.
Pulley comes way down here, and it's turning this wonderful contraption. Did you make this yourself?
Oh, yes.
Well, water is certainly doing some interesting work there.
Water can do all sorts of work for us, but things don't always go quite as you'd expect, as our story this week explores.
It so happens that there was this young boy, probably about as young as yourself, and he was sent off to learn a trade. And the trade that he was learning was to be an apprentice sorcerer, or should I say a medicine man. And his parents had found a man who lived up in a hill. And in the hill there was a cave. And in the cave sat the medicine man, the man of mystics. The boy came with his baggage and stayed with the man. The man said, if you want to be a medicine man and learn the mystics, here is where you start. And he gave him a broom. Said the boy, and he complained about having the broom and having to sweep up. But anyway, it so happened that the medicine man said to the boy, you've been here now for a long time. You see what I do. Sometimes I pick up the conch. You know what a conch is? A conch is a shell, and it's spiraled inside. And sometimes I use it to blow. Sometimes the boy would see the medicine man with a conch, and he would utter some words. Conch, 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 tell me of the whispering so I may hear. And the conch would answer to him. And he had a large mirror, full length, as long as his body. And he would say, mirror, mirror, reveal to me the mysteries so I may see. And the mirror would steam up, and then he could see anywhere else, anywhere in the world he wanted to see. And he had a big, large book from which he would write and put all of his spells and medicines and what have you. Anyway, it so happened that the medicine man had to go away. So he said to the young boy, you stay here, you tidy up, sweep up, keep clean, and you leave my things alone. And then he went down the mountain and he went to go and seek meditation. Now the young boy, he was thinking to himself, hey, he's left me here all on my own. Yeah. This conch that he talks about that tells him of all the whisperings in the world, let me see if it works. So he picked up the conch and he said, conch, conch, reveal to me all the whispers, reveal to me all the mystery. And he held the conch to his ears. What do you think he heard? Sea. Just the sea. Ah, that's nothing, he said. Ah, rubbish. Ah, he saw the mirror. He said, mirror, mirror, reveal to me the mysteries. Reveal them to me. But the mirror steamed up and what do you think he saw? He saw his reflection. Ah, rubbish. And then over there, he saw the big book, which was on top of the back of an eagle, which had its wings outstretched. And he found that the book was not locked. It was open. And he turned the page after page. And he could not read anything, all the hieroglyphics and pictures. But he came to one page, which had a word. He could not read it, so he spelled it out, letter for letter. All of a sudden, there was smoke, lightning and thunder, and big hefty clouds inside the cave. And he started to crouch down and he grew very afraid because there was a big hefty barunda. A demon came out of the smoke. Give me a task, said the demon. Yeah, you summons me. Give me a task. And the boy was frightened. He said, there's a well there, and there's a plant there, and it's dying. Water the plant. So the demon got a big hefty bucket, and he went to the stream, and he went and he watered the plant. So the boy had got him busy. The demon came back, got some more water, watered the plant. Got some more water, water the plant. Got some more water, water the plant. The boy said, that's it, you may stop now. Stop now, but the demon gnashed his teeth. Got some more water and watered the plant. Now the water was up to the boy's waist. Oh, when the medicine man comes back, I will be in trouble. But the demon gnashed his teeth. Oh, said the boy, everything is getting wet. Everything is all over the place. Please stop. By this time, the water was up to the boy's neck. Oh, he said, the boy, please, demon, please stop. But he did not know the words to usher the demon away. And the demon gnashed his teeth. Now, the water was up to the top of the cave. And the boy, he took his last breath. He started to float all the way down. Now, the medicine man was in deep meditation. Woke up. He said, something's wrong. I must go and find out what's happening. So he walked all the way back up to his mountain. And there was just one sheet, like a waterfall of water. And he could see that the boy was slowly reaching the bottom. And he said some words. And the whole of the water came out of the cave. And it flowed down the mountainside. And it went out into the world. And the boy... Master, I'm very sorry. Hey, says the master, you've been troubling my things, haven't you? Let me see what wrong you have done, if you have done any. And he picked up the conch, and he held the conch to his ears. The master of mystics. And he said, Conch, conch, tell me of the things that I wish to hear. Reveal the mysteries to me. And the conch, and he could hear speaking. And people were speaking in different tongues. And he couldn't understand the tongues that they were speaking in. And he said, this is very strange. So he put down the conch, and he looked at the mirror, the full-length mirror. He said, mirror, mirror, reveal to me the mysteries. Reveal to me the things I wish to see. And the mirror grew misty, and he could see the world. And when he looked at the world, he saw that the water that came out of the cave cut the land and made land go away from land. And so the tongues of man grew very strange to the tongues of other men. And he said, oh, look what you have done. You have made brothers not know their brothers and sisters not know their sisters, and now they speak in many tongues. Oh, from this day onward, I will teach you rightfully the ways of the mystics. And from since then, water had covered the earth.
Now, what's a boiling kettle got to do with water at work? It's something you've got to be careful with, of course. But you can see there's a lot of energy in water when it's turned into steam. Look at the way the lid is being pushed up. Is this energy that could be put to use? Could we turn our kettle into a machine? Well, imagine getting rid of the handle and putting a metal tube or cylinder round the lid so the steam can't get out. Now block up the spout so all the steam energy is pushing against the lid. And the lid is pushed up the cylinder. Block the steam off and the lid falls. On, off, on, off. And now attach a rod to the lid and call it a piston. Connect the piston to a wheel. And we've got a wheel we can use to do work, just like a water wheel. The kettle has turned into a steam engine. Real steam engines are a lot more complicated, but the kettle gives the basic idea. All of these engines are powered by steam. The pistons are connected to drive wheels. The drive wheel can be linked by belts to drive all sorts of machinery. Making cloth. Drilling wood. Thousands of factories were built powered by steam.
And as well as the factory engines, there were steam engines that moved, locomotives. A steam locomotive needs water. And coal as a source of heat. The water boils to produce steam, which pushes the piston in the cylinder, which turns the wheels to drive the locomotive along. For 150 years, steam locomotives were used on the railways. The system grew and grew, replacing the canals, which could not compete with this new and faster form of transport. Cities, towns and villages all over Britain were connected by railway, carrying goods to and from the factories which were powered by steam.
Now, you don't see many water wheels or steam engines in factories today, but water and steam are still vitally important.
Think where the power is coming from for your television and all the cameras and lights here in our studio. It's electricity.
You needn't worry too much exactly how electricity is made. Basically, it involves a lot of turning, using coiled wire and a magnet. As I turn the magnet, if I get it going fast enough, I can generate enough electricity to light the lamp. Is it doing it?
It is. I must say you're putting a lot of effort in just for a small flicker on the light bulb there, but it is working.
It's nearly as hard a work as grinding the wheat.
Well, as with turning wheat into flour, water can help. As we've seen, water and steam are very good at turning things. I saw how a water turbine works in Francis's garden. You could try and make one yourself. The energy in water and steam can be used to turn turbines to make electricity. Giant power stations like these use water or steam to make the electricity we use in our homes, our schools and factories.